Hello there everyone and welcome again to another episode of TF2 Talk with Gamerman H. I've suddenly got like 6 topics I want to do for TF2 Talk. Kinda all hit me in one day after trying a new sleeping pill and actually getting some sleep. So this week I was going to talk about what the Pyro update could have in it, but that's gonna have to be saved for this week's new topic, what Valve should do to keep TF2 relevant. I would like to let it be known that before we get into the meat of this episode, that the content here is what I think Valve should do to reinvigorate TF2 and keep it going strong for another 10 years in the future. I am no expert in this field, and I know that one of these has actually been said to not be happening, but hey, I think it's at least decent reasoning for my thoughts. Disclaimer over, episode time. Thing number 1, recreate in Source 2. So I know it's been said they won't be porting TF2 over to Source 2, and that saddens me, but when I say recreate, I mean just that. Recreate, not port as is. I think they should just get together, build TF2 from the ground up in Source 2, add in all the items that exist now, and cancel the old Source 1 version of the game. Why? Aside from the fact that Source 2 is definitely a better looking engine than Source 1, a recreation of TF2 in the engine would allow us to have the game as it is now, without the garbage and tangled code that is in the current version of Team Fortress 2. In fact, that's one of the major issues with the game at the moment. The code is almost 10 years old now, and after as many updates and changes that have been done over the course of those 10 years, done by many different programmers, the code is suffering. It is pretty well known that the code under the hood of the game is tangled, garbled, duct tape mess of shit that makes it incredibly difficult to work with. A recreation of the game how it is right now, built from the ground up on a newer engine, would allow us to no longer have that massive hurdle to getting stuff done. Alongside that amazing upside of a Source 2 version, we would also get the improved graphics as well. Now, I'm not saying that the game doesn't look good. Hell, for an older game, it still looks pretty damn good. However, as I said earlier, I'm looking at the ways that TF2's life could be elongated another 10 years, if not more, and one of the big issues I see coming for the game is that it is starting to look a bit dated. Not saying Source 2 would make it a Crysis-looking game, and that only tough PCs that have the most amazing hardware would be able to run it. Just saying that even low-end gaming PCs can probably run a low-setting Team Fortress 2 on Source 2 that looks better than a full high version of Source 1 TF2. The biggest change I could see mattering would actually be the poly count in models. Getting those classes and cosmetics as detailed and sexy looking as possible in a new engine would be awesome. With Overwatch now being a decent-looking competitor to Team Fortress 2, some people leaving entirely to go play it, it has been somewhat clear that the game could use some better-looking, more modern stuff going on under the hood. Not that graphics are everything, but they are an interesting factor in how people decide what game to play. Just a thought, though. But how would they manage such a difficult feat of programming and modeling and all the other stuff that goes in during game development? Well, thing number 2, farm out development. Quite a few people have been saying this lately, most recently in my sub-box by Uncle Dane, and pretty much all of us say the same thing. Give the development of the game out to someone like Hidden Path, the developers of CSGO, or that production company that did Pastime. It makes sense, really. Give the development of a game that isn't really being focused on by anyone currently at Valve to someone else. I'd say take it a step further and combine my 2 current points. Give Hidden Path or whoever the rights to make TF2 a Source 2 game. Give them a year or so to make the game, release it, give people like a week to change over, and then remove the old TF2 Source 1 version from existence, and just make TF2 a Source 2 game. Keep the farmed out development team working on TF2, and only them, and you could have it running for a very long time to come. Of course, that would rely on point number 3. Keep everyone's items. Okay, so to make that point make a little more sense, let me explain. When I say recreate TF2 and replace it in Source 2, I do mean 100%. Don't make us build up our inventories again. Don't make us buy something to be premium again. Don't make us lose our strange counts. Just move everything over and let us play an improved version of Team Fortress 2. Just don't make a Team Fortress 3. We all have too much time spent in TF2 to really want that, or for it to really take off. Again, these are my thoughts. I think they shouldn't do a Team Fortress 3 as we all have so much time spent in TF2, and I want to see the game continue for another good 10 years on top of what we've already seen. I think these things I've talked about here would allow that to happen, even though I'm certain none of them will. Ah, well, we can hope, right? Maybe if everybody watching this clicks the like button below and leaves some sort of comment, a Valve employee might see it. Then we'll get the changes I demand because they're so brilliant and perfect. Yes, that's what will happen. Hurry, into the comments section. Go, go, go! Done? Good. Now we wait. And while you're waiting, why not take a quick look at the top right corner of the screen? You'll see a little eye up there, and if you click on it, you'll be transported to a world of wonderful videos done by yours truly. There's some of the other TF2 Talk episodes where I talk about some other, and possibly better subjects than what we had here today. Possibly, though. You'll just have to go and look yourself to find out. If you've already seen all my crap, then why not join the Anti-Rude Noob Army? It's a Steam group I run where we all get together and play TF2 and other games every now and then. You'll find the link down in the description below, so be sure to check that out. And with all that said, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.